Yes, I have. So hello, I was just saying, today we were setting off back to Halifax tonight, driving through the night and then moving back there and living wherever we could until we got a house. But today I got 3 job interviews and I had 1 interview on the phone, and it was really weird because she said, I really want you, I really want you to come here and I'm going to give you full training. And I said, look, I can't do any kind of management training, I can't do bar work or booking systems or anything. She said, I don't care, just come, she said. And when I put the phone down I couldn't stop laughing because I thought, this is the power of zero, like I was talking about in the other vlog, where you've got nothing to lose, so you just get cocky and just apply for jobs that are out of your league, you know. And suddenly 3 people have come forward and said, we want you to work for us. And she doesn't even want references from me. She said the interview went so well on the phone. She said, I just like you and I want you to come. And I'm like, oh my God, now we're in a quandary, because what do you do now? The plan was we go to Halifax, get his name down for an house, sign on for a time, get my PVG check done, get a job. Once I'm registered with a PVG check, I can come and work back in Scotland as a carer, because I'm already registered. And the only thing is then is to find a house. But this changes a lot of stuff, because now I'm thinking, what do you do? Isn't it strange how there seems to be no way out and no options, and everything seems to have shut down? And then suddenly 3 people in one day, the day we're going back to Halifax, say, we want you. So the change of plan is now, what I'm going to do is go down to Halifax anyway. I've told them I'm going to see my family for a few days, so they've all asked me to phone them when I get back and arrange to go for some training. So this is like, oh my God. So I said, fine, you know, I'll phone you and let you know what's going on. But that gives me a chance then, while I'm down there, to decide what to do. Because this isn't just about me, it's about my dogs, it's about Paul. And we've been here on a principle, because everybody, including my family, have said, get rid of the dogs. And this is a standard thing in this country, and we call it a nation of dog lovers, and it actually is not. Because people, when they're put under pressure and they're told what to do, they'll do it because of the pressure. But I won't do it. And because of that, my dogs are my priority now. And even if that means I stay homeless in a tent, I have no shame of this anymore. I'm actually proud of the fact that I've stuck this out and not given in. But finally, it feels like there's some movement going on. And so I'm going to go down there and open up my options and see what they say. If we're told we can get a council house down there, which we can't get here, by the way, and we can get benefits, then I'm going to do that option, which goes against everything I've said before. But it's only temporary, and it's because, like I said, I get my PVG check done and I can work anywhere in the country, including Scotland. And Paul has got a much better chance of getting contracts, because we will have the internet. And you cannot work as a freelance animator in a tent in a forest with no electric and no phone and no internet. It's not possible. Now, this all got sabotaged in the last job we were on for him, and this is what led to the decision to come here, because I'm not having people dictate to us what we do. So we do it anyway, but we do it, everything's the hard way. But finally, I feel like something's happening for us, and I really think that by going down there, there's a chance we will get some help, and we deserve it. I've been thinking about my pride, and this thing of, I want to leave the rat race. I don't want part of society. And I came here 3 years ago nearly now, not knowing how long I'd last or what I'd do. And now I realise for sure it's not possible to leave society. Even if you go off grid and find some land, you still need to make money. You still need to have one foot in the door of society and the rat race itself. And I've decided that, I'm just kicking ball funny now, I've decided the best thing to do is use it to my own advantage. So take out of it what I want, and not consent to anything and do as I'm told about things. You know, I know if I go and sign on until I get my PVG check done and stuff, blah blah blah, I'll easily find work. I mean, I'm not quite unemployable, and to the right people I'm totally employable. But we've actually found a niche for something that we can sell online, and I won't discuss what it is because it is a niche, and if I tell people then they'll go, ah, so we're not talking about that. And it's something that potentially could make some money for us, maybe enough to pay rent somewhere. And like I said, he'll be able to do his animation for my house, because that's what you need. You need an office and internet and things. So everything's up in the air again. I'll just keep you updated with what's going on. This is not real time, by the way. What date are we on today? I think it's the 30th of May now. No, it isn't. It's the 30th of April. I'll tell you another thing. This is so funny. You know, when you walk away with the fairies, your sense of time changes. When you live in a forest, there's no days, dates, time. We don't have a clock. Quite often I'm sat here and I don't even know what day of the week it is or what month it is or anything. And the problem with that is my family think I've abandoned them because I only see them twice a year. But the time difference here is so different because I'm on a different level of existence now. It's a weird thing. When you get rid of time, you don't live like you used to live, and so it's weird, you know. So I'm going back for a few days, see how it goes, see if we can sign on and get some money, because we've now got zero. We have got no money and we can't make money just yet. If I get the job, I wouldn't start for a couple of weeks. No, 1 week, and then I'd have to wait a week or a month to get my wage. So we need to go and get some emergency funds. If need be, if it doesn't work out down there and I don't like the offer, if we do get offers, then we're going to come back and live in the tent, and I'll work from there and just play it by ear. But I feel better now because we've got options, and I know that I won't be without a job. So the next challenge will be, if I do come back and I do the job, the challenge will be, how do you do a full-time job from a tent with no water, no electric, no gas, and no amenities, because it makes everything so much harder to do. Getting up and getting a cup of tea and everything is a lot different to living in a house. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to keep doing these vlogs because these are for my sake, by the way. I know some people watch them, but they're for my sake, because I am on a journey, and one day I'll look back on all these and go, Jesus, look what you went through, look what you look like, look what you actually experienced. Because sometimes you forget when you get your house and you sit down and put your feet up, and you forget that you really did a survival course in the wilds of Scotland. And I'm actually really proud of myself, because I've not only survived this course, but I've actually got to a point now where I've passed the test. So no matter what happens in the world, whether there's a calamity of any description at all, I've always got here, always. And I'm not scared to come back now. I'm not scared to come back and live in a forest. I'll change my mind again about that in winter, if I'm here in winter, because that will be dire. But for now, I'm going to go, and I'll just say goodbye, and my babies will say goodbye too. Say bye-bye, boo-boo. Bye-bye, boo-bye. And there's a little camp over there. Honey girl, let me just kick the ball.